All right. Practice test questions. Gentlemen, I need you listening. The graph f of x equals negative parentheses x squared minus 9. Choose true or false. This is the graph. Do you guys see that? Why is it opening down? Because this is a negative. I'm going to distribute that negative really quick. Negative x squared plus 9 is what I would get if I distributed. Do you agree? Yes? Yeah. Negative x squared plus 9. And I can distribute because there's no exponent out here on the outside. I only do that to remind you. I'm going to write it up here. Y equals a x minus h quantity squared plus k. The inside is which movement? The horizontal, right and left, or the vertical, up and down? The one inside.
Right and left.
Right and left, and it's opposite, and the one on the outside is?
The same.
Up and down, the same. Now, on this one here, ignore the parentheses there because that was not the right parentheses. Look at the one I have up here. Are there any parentheses on this one right here? No. So there is no right or left movement. Plus 9's on the outside, so what does that mean? Up 9. And is that exactly what the graph did? Went up 9. Mm-hmm. Yes? And then it opens downward because of the negative. Yes or no? All right. F of x is decreasing when x is greater than 0. True or false? Decreasing. Let's check first. From left to right, is this a walk uphill or downhill?
Up.
And then I hit the vertex, and then I start walking uphill or downhill? Okay, so when is it decreasing? On the right side or the left side? The right side. And that's when x is greater than whatever x value I have here. What is this x value? Okay, so what's on the right? Greater than or less than? To the right of 0. On a number line, what is that? Greater than or less than? Going right.
Greater.
You're getting bigger. So is this true or false?
False. Oh, true.
True. It is decreasing on the right-hand side. And right hand is greater than, left hand is less than. All right. The axis of symmetry is y equals 0. True or false? That's a trick question.
I said false.
Is this the axis of symmetry right here?
That's a line of symmetry.
And line of symmetry and axis of symmetry are the same. What x value do I cross?
0.
0. I'm going to repeat that. What x value do I cross?
0.
So is it y equals 0?
No.
No, it should be what?
X equals 0.
X equals 0. See that? Yeah, I know. That was a tricky one. X equals 0 for axis of symmetry, not y equals 0. The maximum value of f of x is 9. Remember when it says maximum value, it's the y value of the vertex. Is this maximum point, that y value, is it 9? True or false? True. 2, 5 is a solution. You can actually look here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it a solution? True. Negative 1, 3. Negative 1, and then 1, 2, 3. Is that a solution?
No.
No.
So it's false.
False. 3, 0 is an x-intercept. 1, 2, 3, 0. Is that an x-intercept?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. True. 0, 9 is an x-intercept. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. True or false?
True.
Why is it false if it's an intercept?
It's a y-intercept.
Okay, this one, the one up here is a y-intercept, and they asked me if it is an x-intercept. Another trick question, so be careful. All right. So again, yes, it's a y-intercept, or it is an intercept, but they're asking me specifically, is it an x-intercept? Okay. The axis of symmetry is x equals 0.
True.
Yeah.
That one is true because we wrote it up here. It wasn't y equals 0. It should have been x equals. That is true. F of x opens down because of subtraction sign before the 9. They're talking about this subtraction sign right here.
True.
Is that the reason it's opening down? What's the reason it's opening down?
That there's a negative in front of it.
The negative in front of the x squared. It's the a value. It's whatever's in front of your parentheses or in front of your x squared. All right, so this is false. Gentlemen, I need you guys to stop. The vertex is 0, 9. 0 means I don't go right or left, but I go up 9. Is that the vertex? Yes, true. Okay, the value of x where f of x reaches its maximum is 0. The value of x where f of x reaches its max. Is this the max? Yes. What is the x value when I'm at my max? So true or false?
Most definitely true.
Most definitely true. Okay, questions. Using f of x in number 1, determine the domain. Now, we talked about when they're drawn for us, we have to be careful. We didn't draw this one, they drew it for us. Are there any special restrictions to the parabola, or is it normal with arrows and all? Do you see the arrows? So there's no restriction. So what is my domain? All real numbers. Good job. Remember your double bar R.
Yes.
The range. Is the range all reals?
No.
What letter do I use for the range?
Y.
Y. And it's opening up or down?
Down.
Down. So it is less than or equal to what Y value?
0.
No, the Y value? 9. Positive 9.
Positive.
Yes.
How do you know which way to face the?
This right here. Greater than equal to if it's opening, let me write it up here. Greater than equal to if it's opening up, less than equal to if it's opening down. Yes. All right, greater than equal to if it's opening up, less than equal to if it's opening down. Yes. Hand up.
Oh, yes. So if there was a negative in the range part for the number, would you put the negative or no?
Yeah. So let's see if I have any here. If your parabola was like this, let's say it was right here and opening down, that's -3. You would say your range is y is less than or equal to -3. And if it had been opening up, you would say y is greater than or equal to -3. Got it? All right, and it's always the y value of your vertex, correct? Yes, or the maximum or minimum. Okay, determine the rule for translating f of x squared to f of x, x, y. Okay, that looks a little weird. I'm going to write this up here. G of x equals x squared. And I'm going to write f of x the way I wrote it up here. Negative x squared plus 9. Okay. Did it translate right or left at all?
I don't even know what to do.
I know, I'm explaining it now. It's a little harder because they didn't give you any multiple choice. If you had multiple choice, it'd be a little easier, but I'm going to explain it nonetheless. All right, was there anything in the parentheses here to tell me where to move right and left? No. So that means it's just x. You can put x plus 0 if you'd like. Now, what does this plus 9 on the outside tell me to do? Up 9. So you would say y plus 9 or minus 9? Plus 9, and that's it. Why did x stay x? Because I didn't move right or left. It just stayed there. So let's look at one that we've done on a worksheet that we've done last week. Something like this. Something like this one that we did last week. Can everybody see this? All right, we would say x, y, arrow, and then what does this do? Right 3 or left 3? So we would say x plus 3 or minus 3? Because opposite of the inside. And up 1 or down 1?
Down one.
Down 1, because outside stays the same. Does that make sense? All right, we're going to get a little more practice with that in just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to move this aside. Coming back here. Do we need help with this one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually going to just, what should you do with these numbers here?
Graph them.
Graph them. -1, 8. -0, 3. 1, 0. It's not a typical T-chart like we're used to, but we can still handle it. 1, 0, 2, negative 1, 3, 0, 4, 3, and 5, 8.
I don't know three.
Okay, what shape do we have here? Is this the parabola?
It is a cross.
It is a parabola, the quadratic. It's the U shape. Good. All right. The x-intercepts of k of x, what can you see them here and here? On the graph, what are they?
1, 0, right?
Yes, you are correct. Thank you. 1, 0, and
3, 0.
3, 0. Good job. Now, if you didn't have the graph, can you see it here as well? 1, 0, and 3, 0. And we've talked about this before. When you're looking for x-intercepts, what does that mean about y? What does y equal? 0. So should you look for when your y values are 0?
Yes.
Yeah, so even if you didn't have the graph, oh, when y is 0 are my x-intercepts. All right, the y-intercept for k of x. Now, we didn't talk about this, but you should know it. If you're looking for your y-intercept, what is x? 0. So when is x 0 up here? 0, 3. And take a look. 1, 2, 3. Is that indeed the y-intercept?
Indeed.
How would I write that as an ordered parent? It's not 3, 0. 0, 3. X is 0, y is 3. Okay. Can you guys finish the rest? So I have time to answer some of the harder questions.
The rest is
Minimum, the value of x when it's at its minimum, the minimum value, that's the y. Is it increasing or is it increasing on the left half or the right half? Is it increasing on the left half or the right half? Right half, this one's increasing, and the left half is decreasing.
So
All
we're
right.
supposed to write that.
So here you would say when x, okay, increasing is the right half. Right half is greater than or less than?
Greater than.
Greater than. So x is greater than what x value?
Okay.
No.
Is that 2?
2, yeah.
And then it's decreasing on the left half, and left half is greater than or less than? Less than. Remember, no equal bar, and again, still the x value of 2. Again, remember, these will be posted online, so you can go back if you have any questions. Can I flip the page now? And go over some on the inside. Okay, so now that we've talked about it, let's just quickly graph this. Guys, I'm not going to do a T-chart. I'm just going to do a rough sketch. F of x equals x squared. Opening up or down? It's positive, so it's opening up. Is there a translation right or left? Is there a translation up or down? No. So I'm just going to draw a sketch of my x squared. I know it's opening up. It's at 0, 0 because there's no shift right or left. All right, this one. Which way does this translate? First, right 3 or left 3? Yes.
Right 3.
Right 3?
Right.
Everybody agrees? Nobody's stopping me?
No one's stopping you.
Why is it right 3?
Because it's opposite.
Opposite of the inside.
-3.
Good job. Right 3, and this out here is
Up 1.
up 1. So I shouldn't have put that dot yet. I apologize. Right 3, 1, 2, 3, up 1. And is it opening up or down if it's still positive?
It's going up.
Up. So it's pretty much the same parabola. It's just been translated. Right 3, up 1. So I'm going to give you a quick chance to look here and see what the correct answer would be. We just talked about it on the previous page. Yes.
C.
C. Let's see. Right 3, the plus 3, up 1, the plus 1. Do you guys agree with him? All right. Questions on that one? I definitely want to go through 5 and 6 with you because that's another place where kids tend to struggle. Okay. 5, you're just comparing this to this. Now, how you do it is up to you. Anybody try this one and can tell us what you did? Some kids plot these points. Some kids can just look and figure it out. Any thoughts? The minimum value of f of x is greater than the minimum value of g of x. Yes. Stretching, or you have an answer for me? Stretching? Okay. Okay, can anybody tell me what you did here? What you should do here? What you can do here? It's on the test. Can you tell me why?
No.
Do you guys not know at all how to do this one?
No.
No. You just take it off the test.
Oh, no, sorry, can't. I'm just going to plot a few, like rough sketch a few points. -4, 0. -4 zeros right there. -3, 9. -3, -9. -2. Okay, what's going on? Is this graph going up or down? -4, 0. -3, 9. -2, -16. Can you guys look for it and see where the lowest point is?
0.
The minimum is -25.
Is this the minimum right here,
Yeah.
or the lowest? Okay, so I'm just gonna plot it there and then put these points coming back up. That's, what was it? 1, -25. And over here it's what? -4, comma, negative. This one right here. That goes down, right? About -1. Okay. The minimum value, that's the y value. The minimum value of f of x is greater than the minimum value of g of x. Here's the lowest here. Here's the lowest here. Is f of x greater than g of x? Greater than means above. Is f of x greater than g of x? True.
Let's go.
When the value of x, when f of x is at its minimum, is less than the value of x when g of x is at its minimum. Okay. We have to look at the two minimums. This one's the minimum here. What is the what is this minimum right there? Can you guys count that point and see what it is? Negative, comma. Okay, so they're asking us the what value of the minimum? The value of x. And I can tell some of you guys are not paying attention. You're only hurting yourself. The value of x, the value of x. That's what we're comparing. The value of x when the f, that should be of x, when f of x is at its minimum, is less than the value of x when g is at its minimum. Is that true or false? This -4 is less than
True.
+1. True?
True.
Both x-intercepts of g of x occur when x is greater than 0. Okay, where are my x-intercepts over here? My x-intercepts happen when y is what?
On
0. So can you guys tell me what 2 points they are? -4, 0, and...
6 and 0.
Okay, both x-intercepts, -4 and 6, occur when x is greater than 0. True or false? False.
False.
All right, the line of symmetry for f of x, this is f of x right here, is x equals 1. Is this line x equals 1, yes or no? No, that line is actually x equals what?
It's false again.
-4, so this is
F.
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 Okay, so kids are like, oh, I don't know how to do this. You guys know about parabolas. You know enough about parabolas to look through this and compare. Can I move on?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay. Now, I want everybody to pay attention and look at number 6 and tell me what you notice that's different about this parabola than we've drawn in the past.
It's not a full parabola.
It's not a full parabola. It's what? It's only that piece here. What else do you notice here and here? There's no what? That we usually draw at the end of our parabolas.
Arrows.
No arrows. I need you guys listening. Put the phones away, please. Do you see it starts and it ends and there's no arrows? Yes? Okay. So is our domain going to be all reals?
No.
No. This is where I've told you guys we will see somewhere it's not. Okay. So let's look at the true false. The maximum height of the rocket is at 36 feet. Let's read the problem first. This graph models the path of a rocket's height with respect to time. So this is time, and this is height. This is the highest point. Can you tell me what the 0.5 represents?
Seconds.
It takes 0.5 seconds to do what?
Go to 36 feet.
And is it going to go higher, or is that the highest?
The highest.
The highest, okay. The maximum height of the rocket is at 36 feet, true or false?
True.
True.
No.
Yes, no, true. I'm going to go ahead and
True.
mark it. The maximum height is at 2 feet, true or false?
False.
False. It took 2 seconds for the rocket to hit the ground. Looking at your graph, where's the hit the ground at? Up here?
2 seconds.
Here? Is it where it hits the x-axis?
Bottom.
Yes.
Height is 0. Height is 0 is your hit the ground. And what's that time?
0.
2 seconds. So true or false?
True.
The rocket started at an initial height of 30 feet. Okay. Initial height. This is your start, and it has an initial height. Is it at 30?
No.
No. It's about 32, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 33, 34. 33, so
37.
false.
37.
Okay, so if that dot had been, I'm going to change it just on my paper, don't do yours. If it had been right there like that, would that have been true or false?
True.
True. Has an initial height of 30 feet, yes, but it didn't start there, it was a little above. Okay, next one. The rocket was increasing in height between 0 to 0.5 seconds. 0 to 0.5, I'm going to do this right here. Between 0 to 0.5, was it increasing or decreasing?
Increasing.
And is that what it's asking? So true or false? True? The domain of the model is 0 to 36. Now I often have kids say, oh, false because the domain is all reals. Is this domain all reals?
No.
What is this domain, by the way? X is between what two numbers? 0 and 2. So true or false for 6F?
True.
The domain is between 0 and 36?
Oh, no. Sorry.
What is between 0 and 36? Not the domain, but the range. Do you see that? The range. The y goes between 0 and 36, not the x. So is the domain between 0 and 2?
Yes.
True.
There we go.
This is Taurus.
Yes.
Are you here after school on Wednesdays?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And I will be here today for a little bit as well.
Are you here at lunch tomorrow?
Yes.
Can I start with this early?
All right.
Are we gonna be here in the morning tomorrow?
I will be in the morning, but I'll have a meeting. Okay. You guys remember how to do this one? Do I need to spend time talking about this? Yes or no? Okay, I'm just going to give you the formula. What is it? Y2 minus?
Y1 over X2 minus.
And if you get a fraction like 5 over 3, plug it in your calculator and get a decimal value. If it does not reduce to a whole number, decimal value it so you can compare. Because here you're going to tell me which one's increasing at a faster rate between 1 and 3. All right. Are these ordered pairs? What do? We plug in X and we plug in Y. Plug in X and you plug in Y. And if they do work and you get something like 5 equals 5, would you say true or false?
True.
True. If you get something like 2 equals 5, what would you say?
False.
False. All right.
Put down, please.
Yeah. This is the one that I just, this is the one, guys, that I just went over with you
Oh yeah.
on the other page.
We have to factor
That I said you have to know 2 keywords here, factor and x-intercepts.
and sketch.
And sketch. What x-intercepts, what do I plug in for y? 0. 0 equals, and you double bubble and factor.
Double bubble.
And I'll let you guys do that now. All right, anybody factor it yet? No? Nobody has it factored yet?
That clear behind. Pretty hard.
All right, am I not doing this one? Nobody's factored it? Do I not need to do it?
You're good.
Okay,
Probably do it just in case, you know.
Well-
just for the notes.
Yeah, just in case there's like
4 and
people
2.
out there.
4 and 2.
wondering what's going on.
Thank you. Which one's plus and which one's minus?
Plus 4 minus
Thank you very much. So then I do x plus 4 equals 0, x minus 2 equals 0. Solve and solve. I'll let you guys do that now. What two solutions do you end up with?
4, 0.
Negative 4
0.
and positive 2, 0. So negative 4, 0, 2, 0. Plot those points. Negative 4, 0, 2, 0. And how do we find the axis symmetry? Two ways. You either do what? What am I doing here?
Count.
Count, or you add and cut in half. Do that now. Anybody have it? What is it? Negative 1. Right? Negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. Cut in half is negative 1. Or you count 1, 1, 1, 1, and then that's right in the middle. All right, so what is the x value of this red line? What is the x value?
Oh, -1.
Negative 1. What's the x value of the vertex?
-1.
Negative 1, and we know that because we know the vertex lies on the axis of symmetry, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so we've just done it. Did this at the beginning of class. What do I do with the negative 1?
You plug it in.
Plug it in. And I'm going to do that work down here. Y equals blank squared plus 2 blank minus 8. What goes in the blanks?
-1.
And negative 1 times negative 1 is positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive 1 minus 2 minus 8. And it's minus 2 because of the negative 1. What's 1 minus 2?
-1.
Negative 1 minus 8.
7.
You add the opposite, so it's negative.
7.
Be careful. Negative 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And according to my dots, which direction is this parabola opening? Up. Does that make sense if the A is positive?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And they have an extra question here. Y is increasing when X, the graph is increasing on the right side or the left side?
On the right side.
Do you agree that's the increasing side? And remember, the right is greater than, the left is less than. So what would I say when X is greater than or less than?
Greater than -1.
Greater than, good job, negative.
Or equal to.
No equal bar on the increase decrease.
This one, that's a different thing.
That's on the range. Okay, questions? All right. Finish up this side, solve, and I will review a little bit in beginning of class on block day.